Cutters, Degrassi, unpopular opinions. Hey there, how there, ho there. It's Jeff Cutter Diamond, and welcome you to another Cutter Degrassi unpopular opinion. And this is number 192 in the series. I promise you the 200th one is probably going to be the last one, unless I really find something that's worthy. But, I'm getting close to 200. I'm getting there, so it'll take a while. Anyhow, so this unpopular opinion, and yeah, I guess you're going to see the sun just going to my basement window at such an angle and all that. But never mind that. So anyway, normally I don't wait a short period of time before settling on a depressing unpopular opinion. I did a Reddit post only 3 days ago, and for context, it's being taped on April 14, 2023. And the simple fact is, I usually wait like a week or two before I get answers. But because of how slow things were in commenting and all that, I decided to just go ahead and say it. Just do it. Ready to be damned. Because usually I get like 5 or 6 comments, and the first day is like, yay. But now it's like, nay. Anyway, so this one is kind of similar to a few. Now, I've done a lot of Degrassi unpopular opinions about this topic, about Emma and Manny's thing in season 6. Emma basically upset that Manny's moving on from her and makes a few things. One unpopular opinion in the 90s, well, as in 90s, as in my playlist, was that I said that, Emma's anger was not in defense of JT because, Emma and JT didn't really connect. And I've used that storyline a few times in Degrassi Unpopular Opinions. But the last one I really did about this whole Emma Manny thing from season 6 was number 172 about 6 months ago about cheerleading after JT step. Good idea, ? I also talked about it in length a few times. Even in 175 about Emma and her internalizing issues was the character flaw we needed to know about. I'm going to go on a 27-minute tangent about this. But anyway, this is what I posted. I said, somehow I didn't like how they chastised Emma in season 6, If You Leave. Of course, that's the episode when things happen, and I will do context. I said, considering how Emma internalized her problems in season 4, possibly beyond. People know that the fans know she was hiding the fact that she had lost a few things after having the gun pointed at her by Rick, including the confidence to fix problems and have control over her own life. It took her 2 months to open up about her feelings after Rick nearly killed her, and she wasn't telling them everything and not realizing that she may have had PTSD, although the fans probably seen this coming. And then in the episode If You Leave, after being sentenced to detention for her anti-Lakers protest, she then tells Snake about them pretending JT sent ever happened, and she's pissed. And yes, she said that word. Seems to me how I look at this is that yes, JT was stabbed steps from her house at a thing that should never have happened, and she must have felt guilt. But she's saying it 2 weeks after this event. It took her less time to open up about her feelings about that than last time about the Rick situation, yet she's getting chewed out. She learned her lesson and tried to act on her impulses the second time, yet she may have felt like nobody was willing to listen to her. And yes, I know the JT thing wasn't about him because they didn't interact too much. And it was because she was scared of Manny leaving her. And I did CDUO on it. But she had the guts to come out and say what was wrong with her and not internalize it like she was prone to do. Am I missing anything? Okay, so here's the context. Context is, in season 6, JT was having issues. He was dating Mia, kind of making Liberty jealous, and then Lakehurst, Mia's old school, was upset with her, especially the leader of the, I wouldn't say mafia, but the thing, Nick, who basically was not happy with JT dating his ex. And Nick was actually the one before Lucas. Lucas was the one who impregnated Mia. But the fact is that, it started in a Degrassi Lakehurst feud, and then it culminated in the episode Rock This Town, in which, there was a party thrown by by Manny to get over losing Craig. And, Degrassi and Lakehurst students came. Degrassi students like Spinner and Jimmy kicked the Lakehurst people out, and it looked good. And then that's when JT was conflicted over the whole Mia Liberty thing and basically wanted to go with Liberty for some reason. And Toby says, go find Liberty. JT tries to find Liberty, but he finds Johnny DeMarco and Drake Lampley, the redhead, peeing on his car. He makes a comment to them, and then Drake Lampley stabs JT in the aorta, shocking Johnny because they were just made to cause trouble, not kill him. JT bleeds out, and Liberty has her primal scream. Imagine if Liberty never saw JT. Well, it didn't matter. JT was dead. So the fact of the matter is that JT dies, and then there was the one episode after that when Toby has a thing for Liberty. I think it was just survivor's guilt and all that. But then basically, If You Leave comes out, and Emma learns from Manny's parents that they'll allow Manny to move back in because of the whole stabbing happening. And Emma's upset. Emma tries to tell Manny things, but Manny says, I don't have time to talk about the JT thing. I've got cheerleading, I've got schooling and all that. But we will have a girls' night. Emma's so happy, but then all of a sudden, Manny does not do the girls' night, and Emma is fuming. Even more so when she finds out that Manny stood her up for a date with Damien, the Lakers student council president. Mia then goes to tell Damien at the dot, wait a minute, don't your family know Drake Lampley and his family? Have you made contact with them? And Damien stutters. Manny's not too happy with Emma pushing the issue. Emma tries to say before the cheerleading thing, saying that we can't dance on JT's grave. Don't worry, we'll remember him, Emma. But then, they do the cheerleading competition and all that. Degrassi wins despite Emma's protests. And of course, Manny was upset with everything, saying that you ruined it. And Emma said, no, I didn't. We won, didn't we? Then Degrassi and Lakehurst fight. Emma was the cause of this whole fight. Snake gets mad at Emma, and Emma says, look, I'm just mad about the JT situation. We all are, but we need to move on. Yeah, but people are moving past them so much. They don't really care about this happening, and I'm pissed. And then Snake says, this is not about JT. This is about losing Manny. You have to gain Manny back and all that. Know how much we care about you, Emma. And then she basically talks to Manny. And finally, Manny talks to Emma. And Emma says, this is what happened. And Manny says, I know you're mad about this whole situation, but we're a team. We got to help each other out. And Emma says, thanks for the reminder. And then, all that. So, yeah, for me, it's yes, Emma was in the wrong in the situation. I admit it. But the simple fact is that, to me, Manny made the big boo-boo by not talking to Emma about the situation. If she had listened to Emma in the first place, I think Emma would have still had the fury, but she would not have been as bad as she wanted to be. And I think that Emma was just upset she was losing Manny. After all, Manny had to live with Emma because of the whole fallout over her acting thing, and her father just basically not too pleased with her. And Emma felt happy because she can control Manny. Like it or not, I think Emma trying to control Manny was a big thing, season 5. And I think in a sense that Emma was just worried that, she was going to lose Manny as a friend. Because after all, remember, the whole Rick situation, she lost Manny as a friend in season 4 because of the whole situation with Chris. And, I think Emma wanted to be with Manny, but didn't know how to say the whole things, all that. Emma wasn't being clear to Manny enough. But to me, it's we all knew in secret in season 4, she's been withdrawn. People have been walking on eggshells around her. They try to tell her things, but she doesn't respond. Fuck you, Perino. But the simple fact is that, Emma had the problem. The gonorrhea attack, everyone ignoring her. She was basically chastised in season 4. And then she comes out and says the whole thing about Rick and that, I tried to be perfect for everybody, which meant that Emma was trying to be the old Emma, but she's lost the old Emma. I mean, after all, you had a gun pointed at you. You could have died. It's going to affect you. I bet you dollars to donuts Emma probably got some therapy off screen and all that, but we didn't get to know. We just figured that Emma was just, having this problem. It was never brought back. They didn't bring the Rick situation up again after season 4, which would have been Emma saying, this reminds me of something happening a few years ago. That would have been a nice callback, but no. Anyway, I do get some comments. on this. A couple of days ago. Okay, so one person said her feelings were valid, but she got mad at Manny for not grieving how she would. Everyone grieves differently. She acted out instead of communicating her feelings to her best friend. Exactly. Yeah. She was upset that Manny wasn't grieving over JT's death. I mean, Manny probably was affected by JT, but she didn't show it, at least in Evan's eyes. Chili Wando said, that's the problem, whatever she was feeling. She could have communicated that with Manny, but that wasn't everyone else's problem. Healing and moving on peacefully in whatever way works for different areas of the student body was important. And the tournament meant a lot to people, especially Manny. She made it about herself. Like, yeah, I get it with Emma and all that. And then one other person said, well, Wizard Kel said, I mean, acting on insane impulses has always been Emma's MO. But this time around was worse because this anti-Lakers drama was the whole reason JT was killed in the first place. Not to mention, Emma was not the only person traumatized by his death. She wasn't even the most traumatized. Should have been Liberty and Toby. Her starting up the second round of the school war was going to get someone hurt. If it wouldn't have been her, it probably would have been Sean. Okay, I don't understand that part. Because Sean was expelled from Degrassi because of Peter Grant. Even so, Snake and Manny were gentle with her about the whole thing. And as many times as she stabbed Manny in the back, it's crazy to me that she would be butthurt over her leaving, that she started a school war over it. That's the thing with Manny. I mean, and Emma. The problem with Emma is that, she was taking things with Manny seriously, like being friends and all that. And this was probably the fact that, remember, she lost Manny in season 4 for her thing about Chris. And that will be an unpopular opinion coming up next time. But as is, she didn't have Manny around to help her out with Rick's feelings towards Emma. Although Emma should have been more tuned in to the whole thing. She was kind of clueless, if you ask me. But the fact of the matter is that, Emma did do some wrong, and I admit it, and I will. But the simple fact is that, with Manny living with her in season 5, Emma felt she had Manny under her nose and she needed control. And Emma felt she lost her control after the Rick situation. She needed to control Manny, and I'll die on that hill. But the fact is that, Emma wasn't straightforward. Although, as I say, Manny should have talked to Emma and anticipated Emma's problem, because then Emma probably would not have blown up like that. I think Emma was trying to become the old Emma again because she felt like everyone wanted to see the old Emma instead of the new Emma, the clingy Emma, as it is. That's what the fan base was like too. But this kind of started the whole Emma being clingy towards Manny and the clingy friend phase. And I did say in CDUO 150 that the whole if you leave thing was why Emma became a clingy friend, because she needed to do what, Manny and Snake tell her. And basically it taught Emma that the power of friendship, the My Little Pony trope, if you will. But the fact of the matter is that Emma wanted to cling on to Manny as a friend. Emma didn't really backstab Manny the rest of the way through season 9 after this. But she was too attached to Manny. In fact, she pulled strings to get Manny and Liberty to be in the same dorm as her in college. It's like Emma would never have been able to do that. But, Emma was desperate, and Emma wanted her identity to be such a way. And she was trying to fix her problems, but nobody wanted to listen. So anyway, I feel that's just how I feel. I know people disagree with me and all that, but yeah, it feels that Emma, the main sentence is that Emma was traumatized by the Rick situation, and it took her a couple of months to finally snap out of it. And yet she snaps out of it after 2 weeks. The whole JT situation, she's finally telling people things. She's not being internal about it as she used to be. She's telling people these things, and she's being honest and output. And I feel like she's being punished. And Emma's just telling her feelings. And the Rick situation made her realize that she should be telling people her true feelings. It may hurt people, but at least Emma's being honest and truthful. So take that with a grain of salt, unfortunately. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. Thanks for watching.